Task 4: Financial Resources and Funding Mechanisms for Supportive Measures. Ensuring the availability of adequate financial resources is a critical aspect of supporting well-aging initiatives for the elderly population. Understanding the financial landscape, funding mechanisms, and relevant policies is crucial for effectively designing, implementing, and sustaining supportive measures. To know, understanding of financial resources available for supportive measures for well-aging. A comprehensive understanding of the financial resources available is essential. This includes knowledge of existing budgets, grants, and funding streams allocated for supportive measures targeting the elderly population. Knowledge of funding mechanisms for supportive measures, including public and private funding sources. Knowledge of various funding mechanisms is vital. This includes public sources like government grants, as well as private sources such as philanthropic organizations, corporate sponsors, and individual donors. Familiarity with relevant financial policies and regulations related to supportive measures for well-aging. Comprehension of financial policies and regulations ensures that programs comply with legal and financial standards. It includes knowledge of reporting requirements, transparency guidelines, and eligibility criteria for funding. The ability to apply the knowledge acquired, ability to analyze and assess financial resources for supportive measures for well-aging. The ability to analyze financial resources involves evaluating the adequacy of available funds, understanding where resources are allocated, and identifying potential gaps or inefficiencies in resource allocation. Capability to develop funding proposals and business plans for supportive measures for well-aging. Developing effective funding proposals and business plans is crucial for securing financial support. This includes crafting compelling narratives, outlining budgets, and articulating the expected impact of the proposed measures. Competence to negotiate and secure funding from various sources. Negotiating and securing funding requires strong communication skills, strategic thinking, and the ability to build relationships with potential funders. It also involves navigating the intricacies of different funding mechanisms to be able to financial management and budgeting skills related to supportive measures for well-aging. Financial management skills are essential for effective resource allocation, budgeting, and fiscal responsibility. These skills ensure that funds are used efficiently and transparently. Ability to collaborate and form partnerships with other organizations and stakeholders to secure funding for supportive measures. Collaboration and partnership building are critical for accessing additional resources. By working with other organizations and stakeholders, it is possible to leverage their financial contributions and expertise. Understanding of the importance of sustainability and long-term financial planning for supportive measures for well-aging. Sustainability is a key consideration in well-aging initiatives. It involves long-term financial planning to ensure that programs continue to operate effectively and meet the evolving needs of the elderly population. In practice, the process of securing financial resources and funding for supportive measures for well-aging involves several key steps. Assessment of financial resources. Conduct an assessment of the current financial resources available for well-aging initiatives. Identify existing budget allocations, grants, and funding streams dedicated to elderly support. Research on funding mechanisms. Explore a variety of funding mechanisms, including government grants, private donations, corporate partnerships, and philanthropic foundations. Understand the eligibility criteria, application processes, and reporting requirements for each funding source. Financial analysis. Analyze the financial landscape to determine if available resources match the identified needs and priorities for well-aging programs. Identify potential funding gaps in areas where additional resources are required. Funding proposal development. Develop comprehensive funding proposals and business plans that outline the objectives, strategies, and expected outcomes of well-aging initiatives. Create budgets that clearly delineate how funds will be allocated and managed. Stakeholder engagement. Engage with relevant stakeholders, including government agencies, private donors, community organizations, and the elderly population. Build relationships and partnerships to garner support and secure funding. Negotiation and fundraising. Utilize negotiation skills to secure funding agreements with various sources. Engage in fundraising efforts, including soliciting donations, applying for grants, and seeking corporate sponsorships. Financial management and accountability. Implement effective financial management practices, including budget tracking, expenditure monitoring, and financial reporting. Ensure transparency and accountability in financial processes. Sustainability planning. Develop long-term financial plans that consider the sustainability of well-aging initiatives. Explore strategies for diversifying funding sources and adapting to changing circumstances. Continuous evaluation. Continuously evaluate the financial health of well-aging programs. Adjust funding strategies based on evolving needs and opportunities. In conclusion, securing financial resources and funding for supportive measures for well-aging is a multifaceted process that requires knowledge, skills, and a strategic approach. By understanding the financial landscape, leveraging available funding mechanisms, and prioritizing sustainability, stakeholders can ensure that programs designed to support the elderly population are adequately funded and positioned for long-term success.